Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name is Adams Oluwafemi Olajide, and you guys are welcome. Especially today is the 13th day in the month of August 2022. Okay, and you guys are welcome. Especially, I quickly need to check something just to be sure that I have the right audio setup because I have this feeling. Okay, I think I'm actually on point right now. All right, so. How are you guys doing? It's a great weekend. It's another day. I am having this broadcast earlier today because I have a program for 4 p.m. So I wouldn't be able to come live on set to have this show. How is life? How is business? How is work? I hope you guys are acing it. You guys are doing well. It has ceased to rain in the month of August because we are in the August break right now. And also, if this is the first time you'd be a part of this show and you're probably wondering what this whole thing is about, talk about business, entrepreneurship, leadership, and any other thing that could actually help your entrepreneurial journey. In the last episode, I had issues connecting because the my laptop could not see both my webcam and my microphone, but today I have been able to sort the problem out. I'm really happy that I don't have to start holding my camera that I did the last time. All right, so if you're there, you're watching me live, I can see somebody liking me right now. You'd like to introduce yourself, just put your name and your location in the comment section. On today's episode, we'll be looking at why you should focus on one goal at a time. Now, one of the things that I have realized, I'm still waiting for you guys in case if you want to say something. All right. One of the things that I've realized over time is the fact that a lot of people get to take on so many tasks at the same time. They set out to achieve a lot of goals and they feel that they can actually ace everything at the very same time. I know that growing up, right, we've been made to realize that okay, you need to pass 5 subjects, 9 subjects before you can transit from secondary school to the university. But in reality, the thing is this: you most likely will not be able to give your best when you have to do a lot of things at the very same time. And even when you were in secondary school, you'd realize that you were better off with certain subjects than others, especially the ones that you gave more time to. You are able to practice over time as compared to the others because you would realize that you can't be the best. Well, I know there are some people that they had A1s all through in their results, but for the average people, not everybody is able to ace all the subjects and have the best, right? But there would always be that one subject that you're really and pretty good at, such that what's the word that you probably have an A1 in that subject. So also in life and in business, when you set out to do too many things, you would not be able to give your best to each and every one of it. However, if you can focus on one goal at a time, you would be able to give your uttermost best to that thing. And on this episode, I'll be giving you reasons why you should focus on individual goals. The first point I have on the list is you are able to set your priorities right. Now, when it comes to setting goals, right? If you're trying to achieve so many goals at the very same time, you'll realize that you are the pace you are able to go with is very, very slow. But when you're able to set your priorities right, and then you pick the one that is most important, right? And then you say that okay, for this period of time, this is what I am working on. And then when you're able to achieve it, you then focus on the next task, and then you move on to the next task. If you do it that way, the likelihood that you would be able to achieve everything you wanted to is higher than when you're actually trying to do everything all at once. All right. If you're setting everything all at once, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, and you push everything out and you're trying to say that okay, I'm going to do everything at the very same time. Trust me, you're not setting your priorities right, and you would end up not achieving anything tangible. Probably at the end of the day, at the end of the month, or at the end of the year, or the given time you've set for yourself. But if you take one thing at a time, you'll be able to ask yourself okay, what is the most important thing? How can I prioritize this thing? Focus on that thing. When you're done doing that thing, then you can then move on to the next thing. And then before you know it, at the end of the day, you've been able to do everything that is necessary for you to be able to do. That's number one on the list. Number two on the list is achieving your purpose quicker. All right. Now, it's almost similar to what I said earlier, right? When you when you set out to do something for the day, for the month, for the year, right? You have a goal, you have a purpose, okay? But when the things that it would take to achieve that purpose are much, right? There are so many subsections of that thing, and then you're trying to like do everything all at the same time. It's going to take a longer time for you to be able to like achieve your purpose. But when you pick the most important, right? And they're like, they're like, okay, this is my main goal for the year, and this is what I need to do to achieve that main goal for the year, rather than me trying to like pick from here, pick from there, right? Because there's something I have noticed over time, especially when you're going through a year. You've told yourself that like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do all that, right? You would realize that like over time some other things would start growing or would start branching out of the original idea that you had. Now if you're doing too many things at the same time, you would then realize that like it becomes cumbersome. There are so many things that like you would want to achieve, and then at the end of the day you are not even able to do that which you have set for yourself to do. So if you focus on one thing at a time, it is sure that you would be able to do what, to achieve your purpose quicker. All right. That's number 2 on the list. Number 3 is that you have clarity. Okay. You have clarity. When you focus on one goal, when you know that, like, okay, this is the one thing I would like to do, and then you focus on it, right? The vision becomes clearer. Now, that is why you would realize that, like, a lot of companies have a vision board, they have a mission and a vision board, right? They know where they are headed because they are not trying to do many things. They are set out to do a particular thing, right? Yes, they might actually have like different goals, but everything put together sums up to a particular thing that they want to do. And the more they walk towards that line, right, the more the vision becomes clearer, they get more clarity. When you want to achieve, when you focus on achieving one goal as well, you realize that like at the end of the day, you get more clarity on the long run as compared to like when you're trying to do many things at the same time. All right. It's like you're trying to like sharpen different knives, and then like you take one knife today, you sharpen one, you put it down, you take the next one tomorrow, you sharpen it, you take the another one next tomorrow or the day after, then you sharpen it. Before you know it, like yes, you're sharpening the knives, but they cannot be as sharp as you want them to be. Right, when you keep practicing at a particular thing, right, you get so good at it that you can actually hit the bullseye. That is what it means by clarity, because the more you focus on one thing, the more you're able to hit the target mark on the long run. All right, so that's number 3 on the point. Number 4 is you save time. Yeah, you save time, you save tons of time, because when you're trying to like focus on so many things, a lot of things would weigh you down, and you can even get distracted along the line, and you would then realize that like at the end of the year you have wasted so much time doing so many things and you were not able to achieve anything tangible, right? Everything would literally be like a work in progress, but you have wasted time doing something that like you could have actually put all your energy into one thing and then achieving that thing. I know that like, okay, this is the reward I have for this year. This is that's one thing that like I've been able to like get for this year. But if you're all over the place, right, you waste a lot of time, because there are times that like you would even make mistakes and it would affect, or your mood would affect every other thing that like you're trying to do. But if you just focus on one thing, even when you're down, you know that like, hey, I don't have any other thing that like I can go back to. I have to face this thing. But when you are everywhere, right, and you're facing a problem with this particular goal, right, you would tend to like shy away from it, move to another thing. But the spirit, the mind that like you took from that one place would spread to other things, and before you know, you start making mistakes in the other fields that like you're trying to focus on, and you realize that like you have not even achieved anything tangible. But when you have just one goal and then you focus on working on that goal, you would realize that like the time you would have wasted on other things would not be wasted. You're able to like save your time and then achieve something tangible at the end of the day. Number 5 is you are able to utilize your resources better. All right, you're able to utilize your resources better. Now, one of the things that like I realize is this, like when you are all over the place, everything would demand attention from you. Everything would demand your time from you, your money from you, your resources from you. And if care is not taken, if you don't have enough money, right, you would have spread yourself too thin and you would just have so many abandoned projects. And that is one thing that, like, I realize a lot of people actually do. They have so many dreams, they have so many goals, but everything at the end of the day is abandoned because they do not focus on what they should have. They did not prioritize, they did not focus on one thing at a time. And because of that, all their resources have been spread thin and it's all abandoned. But when you focus on one thing, when you decide that, like, okay, I'm only going to go for this thing, as your money is coming in, you know what to do next, right? As you're gaining clarity, you know where to put your resources to next, you know where to add your money to next, and you keep building it over time. You keep building and building and building, and before you know it, you have gotten to the level that you would want to get to. All right. Then the last but not least is you stay motivated. Now, one of the things about focusing on one goal at a time is the fact that when you see that you are making progress, right, in one thing, you are overjoyed. You have this happiness in you. You know that, like, hey, I can do better. I can do more. But when you're spread, when you've spread yourself so thin, yeah, you then realize that even though you are making progress in one field, but because there's stagnancy in other fields, you do this average thing, and then in your mind's eye, you feel like you're not making any progress at all. And you most likely at some point will lose motivation because you feel that, like, this thing is not moving forward. My life is not moving forward. Whereas if you had just focused on one thing, if you were able to, like, achieve something tangible based on that one thing that, like, you focused on, you would then realize that, like, you are actually making progress, and to give you more motivation to be able to do better. All right, you'll be able to do better. And this brings us to the end of today's episode. I am sure that, like, you have seen reasons why you need to focus on one goal at a time. If you're out there, you're watching, please make sure you like, you subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, please share with your loved ones and tell somebody about the show. My name remains Adams Luafemi Olajide. It's another weekend. I have to get out in the next 40 minutes, I think, and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys again next week when we have our 165th episode. From me to you, have a great day and evening and weekend, and be the best version God has created you to be. Sign out, guys. Bye-bye.